Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. So we got some breaking news we're going to cover. Just want to, again, invite everybody that's interested to check out our Patreon exclusive videos up there multiple times each week, pretty much. This was one from 2 days ago, and we will be putting up another shortly after this video. We do want to thank our newest patrons, too.
Yes, we want to say a huge thank you to Robert and Angela.
Yes, thank you, guys, and welcome to the family. Here you go. Radioactive coolant leaks from Europe's largest nuclear reactor. Leakage struck on Friday during the reactor's annual outage for maintenance in connection with the filling of the reactor pool. This is in Finland. This is the largest in Europe. So this struck on Friday during the reactor's annual outage for maintenance in connection with the filling of the reactor pool. So says TVO, operators of the facility. The coolant flowed into containment rooms close to the environment and into the floor drain system of the containment. The incident did not pose any risk to the personnel, environment, or nuclear safety. So says TVO. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the feel of that. The significance of the event to radiation safety was low, they say, in the end, owing to the safety actions taken. TVO added that the incident would not affect the planned duration of the annual outage, which is scheduled to last until May. Next generation European pressurized water reactor, EPR, built by the French-led Areva Siemens consortium, produces more than 10% of Finland's electricity. Like several other EPR projects, the reactor located on Finland's southwest coast was plagued by repeated construction delays and billions of dollars in cost overruns. It is the single largest nuclear reactor in Europe, while Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia plant with its 6 reactors is the largest nuclear plant. And it seems like that's always the target of some sort of missile or bomb strike from each side, blaming the other on it. By the way, if you were trying X and you weren't able to get through, you're not alone. X is down again. It appears it's having a bad day. Elon Musk confirms massive cyber attack underway. Oh, wow. Massive cyber attack, you know. Deep breath there, guys. Be prepared for the coming, several months. I really feel like we're going to see a lot of craziness like we haven't perhaps seen so far. It's being telegraphed if anybody's looking. Social media giant known as Twitter, was formerly Twitter, now X. Maybe that's again a homage to Planet X. Planet X, that Nibiru planet of the crossing. Yes, coincidences abound in this day and age. So they're having a very bad day on Monday. Users reporting its 3rd outage of the day, and it might not be the last. First spike in reported problems on Down Detector happened at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. X users in the US and UK unable to get their usual fix of memes and etc. While the outage was quickly resolved, X has gone down a further 2 times, with the latest one approaching an earlier peak at 2 p.m. So to quote X's own tagline, what's happening? Yeah, Elon Musk has now commented and claimed there was and still is a massive cyber attack against X, which was done with a lot of resources. So that would explain why X is continuing to have major issues over 8 hours on from when they started. Wow, this is interesting again. It's the Empire Strikes Back, right? It's the deep state strikes back. It's interesting times, to say the least.
Well, I keep hearing in the back of my head this type of security where they're going to want either an eyeball or a thumbprint, and it's going to be for our protection.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been getting it all the time. Have anybody else out there experienced lately with Google that you're being bumped out of Google, and then they want you to put in either a fingerprint or a scan? Maybe they want a DNA sample, and that'll be next. I'm curious if you guys are getting bumped out of things more often and having to log in again. Please do let us know. I'm very, very curious.
Yeah, it's been very interesting, just very recently too.
Cargo vessels. All right, you have a cargo vessel collides with a U.S. flagged tanker. It's carrying jet fuel off the UK coast to cause a massive fire. This happened off the northeast coast of England on Monday, sparking a huge fire, dramatic rescue effort, and fears of environmental damage. One person was being treated in the hospital. 36 other crew members from both ships were safe and accounted for, said Graham Stewart, a local member of parliament, after the Coast Guard sent a helicopter, lifeboats, and firefighting vessels from nearby towns. Just before 10 a.m. local time, 6 a.m. Eastern time, Portuguese flag container ship called the Solong careened into the oil tanker called the Stena Immaculate, which was at anchor in the North Sea about 10 miles off the English coastline, according to a ship tracking tool Vessel Finder. Videos of the incident showed black plumes of smoke billowing into the sky and at least one of the vessels engulfed in flames. Crowley, a U.S. logistics firm that manages the Stena Immaculate, said there were multiple explosions on board after it was struck by the Solong. It confirmed that all members of its crew were safe. The Solong left the Scottish port of Grangemouth on Sunday evening and was headed for Rotterdam in the Netherlands at the time of the collision, according to Vessel Finder. Martin Boyers, chief executive of the nearby port of Grimsby East, told CNN earlier Monday that he had seen 32 people being brought ashore and that the ambulances had been waiting to receive them. It was not immediately clear how or why the collision occurred. Seems a mystery, really, because all the vessels now have very highly sophisticated technical equipment to plot courses and to look at any obstacles or anything they've got to avoid. Difficult to actually suggest what went on other than the fact that it should never have happened. Port Chief said the Marine Accident Investigation Branch and the Marine and Coast Guard Agency would likely investigate what went wrong. How did that vessel continue plowing into the birth vessel? There must have been some warning signs. They must have been able to detect it on the radar. The Stena Immaculate is part of a fleet of 10 tankers involved in a U.S. government program to supply its military with fuel, the Department of Defense Tanker Security Program. According to Crowley, ensures a commercial fleet can readily transport liquid fuel supplies in times of need. Crowley said in a statement that the Stena Immaculate had sustained a ruptured cargo tank containing jet A1 fuel due to the collision. It had anchored off the English coast after leaving the Greek port of Agioi Theodoroi last month, according to Vessel Finder. A flurry of high-speed ships and tugboats were seen moving towards the site of the collision at a time of the Coast Guard's rescue operation, real-time data from Vessel Finder showed. Greenpeace UK said the high speed of the collision and the footage of the aftermath are cause for great concern, but stressed it's too early to assess the extent of any environmental damage. Spokesperson said its potential impact relies on a number of factors, including the amount and type of oil carried by the tanker. In case of an oil spill or any loss of hazardous cargo from the container ship involved, the speed of the response will also be crucial in limiting any impact. Experts say jet fuel spills tend to impact the environment less than crude oil spills. Bacteria can degrade the jet fuel molecules more quickly, leading to faster biodegradation. This is very curious because to me, this is exactly what you see in a time of war. And that would be exactly the type of target that they would do is take out something that is bringing fuel for military equipment's refueling. It's pretty ominous out there. It certainly feels like we're going to a different stage.
Yeah, it looks pretty yucky.
But again, no fear. Just be aware of what's going on and, again, stay as prepared as possible. Make sure you have all the essentials that you might need for anything that could arise. Again, water purification, obvious, food store stocks, backup as far as energy sources, and again, talk to your neighbors, family, and have some plans in case of pretty much anything.
Which is really hard to do, but just do your best.
Absolutely. And no fear, just again, awareness. It always goes better when we work together.
Oh, that is so cute.
Isn't it adorable? Thank you guys. Couldn't do it without your support. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.